Hey guys, this is Jaren, and we're going to start putting together the code for the Archery Showdown minigame. But before we do that, I wanted to show you a couple of changes that I made to my arena. So I just made it a lot more interesting. So I just ran a mod that should actually build the arena for me. There it is. Pops up. First of all, I got rid of the roof for the arena so that you can have weather effects and stuff if you want. And the other thing is I added a bunch of really cool hiding spots. So you'll see that I actually carved a cave through right here, and I made a really nice ambush spot where if people are coming through this canal or down to go through this cave, you could totally ambush them from here with your bow and arrow. And then showed you a couple. Oh, let me show you a couple others. Another one is this ledge. This is a really cool ledge that you can get to from this cave. And there's a couple hiding spots in this cave where you can ambush players. And then see, there's this opening right here, so you want to be really careful if you're going through this cave, because you'd be really at a disadvantage here if you're coming through and there's somebody. Let's see, what else? Anything else? I think that's about it. Oh, I did make a kind of a cool little almost like a secret passageway. I was really obsessed with secret passageways as a kid. I'm just a big kid at this point anyway, so I still like I still like secret passages. But if you climb through this wooded area, you'll notice there's these steps right here where you can ambush people. So yeah, it should be a really interesting little multiplayer map. Alright, so let's get over to the code, and I'll show you how to actually code this thing up. Okay, so here's what we have so far. It's just pasting down the schematic at the location of this drone. And unlike the last video, which did the location of me, we do the location of the drone in this one. Because we want the location of the schematic to be pasted down at a static location. And I'll tell you why in just a second. But the first thing that we do here is we want to get the library that's going to help us make the minigame. So it's balthatrix -lib _arena _games, and then let that take effect, and it should give us these functions. Good. So the main function that we want, there's a few functions that this library gives us and exposes, but the main one that we want is this init function, which runs a setup routine for your minigame. Okay, so the first parameter, the first argument here, is going to be the name that we want to name the minigame. Okay, so we'll call this archery. And you'll see what this determines in a little bit. It actually does determine how you join the game and how you interact with the game when you're in Minecraft. The next argument here is the p limit, which is player limit. So just for testing, why don't we just start off with a p limit of 1. Okay. Then the next thing is the arena builder function. That's going to be the schematic. Okay, so we want to make a function that pastes the schematic down. So why don't we just get a new function definition, or we could just do it as an anonymous function. I like that better. We'll just do this. It's an anonymous function, and then we'll cut and paste this bad boy right in there. So now the game library understands that when it needs to rebuild the arena for when players destroy blocks on the arena and everything, that it's going to use this function, which is going to paste the schematic down at the same location as it was. Okay, that's why we want it to be a static location, because when the library rebuilds the arena, we don't want it to be the location of me, which can vary, especially if I'm playing the minigame. We want it to be the same exact location as it was built the very first time. Okay, and then the last argument here is an option to either rebuild the arena when the game when each round is done or not. Okay, so we're going to do logic true or false. So I actually will want false, because this arena is relatively large in my opinion, so it just takes a little while for it to spawn. And I also thought it would be interesting to have a few rounds go by where the players can actually terraform the arena themselves a little bit. Okay, so this will make it so that the only way to rebuild it is for the administrator of the map to rebuild it. Okay, which I'll show you how to do that once we go into game. The other thing that we need to do is we want to give all the players bows and arrows for the minigame. So luckily I made this function that sort of registers like a callback function for the minigame once the game is lobbied, meaning all the players have joined the game and it's going to start. Alright, so we need another anonymous function for that. And what makes this special is it passes in the players. It gives you access to the players that are in the game. Playery. No, not playery. I want players. There we go. Alright, so when the game library calls this on-game lobbied function, it will pass in the players that are a part of the minigame. Okay, and that's useful because we can loop through them. Let's see here. For each item I in list of players, what we're going to do is we're going to first remove anything that they have. So we're going to remove all the items from player I. So this is our alias variable that represents each player in the list. So we're going to remove all items from the player, from each player, and then we're also going to give each player an enchanted bow. Okay, so what I'm going to do is run a command that will give us an enchanted bow. So we'll do give player, and this is the nearest player, bow 1 1, and here we have our option tags. So we're going to do an enchantment, and you can give an array of enchantments, so you have to do these square brackets, and then we're just going to give it one enchantment though. We're going to do ID 48, which is power, and then we're going to make the level 5. Okay, so this should give each player an enchanted bow, level 5 power. And the reason I wanted to do that was because to make it more realistic. Okay, because in real life, if you get hit with an arrow, you're probably not going to survive. Sorry to break it to you, but you can't take 5 arrows. Alright? Can't take 5 arrows to the chest and still survive. So in this minigame, I'm going to try to make it a little more realistic and just try to make it like a one-hit kill kind of thing. Alright? And then the last thing is we want to make sure that they have arrows, right? So we'll give 64, just a 64 stack. That should be plenty, especially with this high-powered bow. So it's 64 of item type arrow to player I. Alright, so that's all set. Now one other thing that I wanted to do to make it kind of interesting is launch fireworks when the game is won at the winner. So that's why I have this sort of like callback register. So we'll do another anonymous function, and this one gets called with one single player, the winner. Alright, and I could probably add more parameters there if need be in the future, but the main one is the winner. So we'll get rid of that, and then let's see, where's the fireworks? It's under world. So world, launch fireworks at the location of the winner. So we need this, entities, location of, and then variables, the winner. There we go. Alright, cool. So I think that's about it actually. That sets up the game. So why don't we test this out, and I'll show you the setup process for the minigame. Okay, so we ran that. It looks like it remodded. First thing I'll do is I'm going to get rid of this arena. So I'm going to just do //wand. Let's just get rid of this arena because I don't want to clutter up my world too much. Come down to this corner, and we'll do just a set air. Oop, oh, the one little zombie fell out of the arena. Cute. Alright, so we run it, and then you see that you get these instructions for the setup routine. So it says time to set up your spawn points for your game. You can do yada yada yada. You can read this stuff on your own time, buddy. So basically what I need to do, because remember we did false for automatically building the arena, so we have to run a command, sort of like in-game, in-minigame command that I made up to build the arena. And we called the game archery, right? So remember how we named the game archery? That's what determines what we put here. So we do hashtag build arena, and then the part that can differ is archery. It needs to be the name of your game. Okay, so if we switch back to the code, it needs to be this. Got it? Cool. So if I run that, then it should, maybe I should print a message just to confirm that it's building, because it's a little slow at this point, because it's a big arena. There it goes. Okay, so we're still in setting spawn point mode, right? So time to set the spawn points for your game. So right now, what I can do is I can break blocks, and those will be the spawn points for my game. All right, so it's just a one-player game at this point because we just want to test it out. So why don't we just make the spawn point the top of the hill? All right, then once we're ready, say set spawn points archery. Okay, so now players can join the game. So now if I type in join archery, then it says players successfully joined. Enough players have joined this match of archery. Prepare for battle. So it should teleport me pretty soon and run the game lobbied function. Good, so it gave me the bow and the arrows. It's saying get ready for countdown. So once it starts, I just want to test out that the game 1 function worked, meaning the launching of the fireworks. And since there's one player, only one player, it should launch, it should count me as the winner because I'm the only player in the game. Okay, so I'm just going to try to self-destruct here. Where's the biggest cliff? This one right here. Okay. Wait, yeah, I'll jump off this way. Ah, no. Oh, I still have one heart left? Come on. Let's see. And I'm going to regenerate too, so that's kind of unfortunate. I've never thought regeneration would be unfortunate here, but I'm at full health and I'm just trying to self-destruct, so it is very unfortunate. There we go. Cool. And as you could hear, I think the fireworks launched. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but the fireworks did launch, and we got these messages that just confirm that the whole game state is ticking. So this is great news. So in the next video, we're going to do a Let's Play with a buddy of mine where we're just going to do the archery showdown one-on-one. But as you can see here in the code, if I switch back to it, you can easily change this player limit to 2, 3, 4, or 5 even. Or even though our servers only really will stably run at this point on with I think 4 players, you can change this to any amount. Alright, so I'm really excited to test this out with a buddy of mine and just totally snipe him. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching.